So you were raised on Ford Avenue.
Yes, I was.
The street behind you was
Pasadena.
Pasadena, and what was your aunt's relationship
Auntie
to
Parui?
Auntie Parui's relation?
Auntie Parui was related to my mother, and her mother and my grandmother were sisters. But they were very, very close. My mother was just like a sister with her, and Auntie Parui loved my mother as a sister. Then Haig and Bob were born, and they had a grandmother too. And there was Uncle McGirdich. They were all nice family. They loved my parents. They'd come and go from the backyard just across the alley.
That.
They loved to do that.
I remember we'd scoot across. Houses had an alley behind them in those days. People's garage door was in the back, in the alley.
Yeah, in Highland Park and that street, the alleys were about 15 feet wide, and that's how people entered and exited their garage.
That's right.
And where the kids played, and where the Sheeny man used to go down
that's true.
with his wagon and collect all the junk.
We'd scoot across to Auntie Parui's backyard. She had a cherry
Bob Arabian
tree.
is the oldest, and Heigie's the youngest.
Yes.
When Bob was growing up, he wanted a watch for his birthday, only his parents could not afford one. And give us a little background on that watch that he wanted.
Well, I had just started to work, and I figured my cousin's son deserves to have what he wants. He really wanted something very much. So I bought a very inexpensive watch, but it meant so much to him until today he talks about it. And then when he grew up to be a man, my husband raised Doris's father, used to work at Hudson's. So he wanted to buy his younger brother. At that time, Bob was working at the golf course.
Golf course? Mm-hmm.
He wanted something nice for his brother. So he asked Uncle Steve, my husband, if he would buy a bicycle for him on discount. And my father said, "Sure, Bob, I'll do anything for your family. It doesn't cost us anything. They're going to pay for it."
Right. It's just the idea.
Maybe it was not right, but we did it.
He was right. It's
so
okay.
Daddy bought it, and it came to our house on Pallister. It was delivered to our house, and 2 days later, Bob walked to our house from Highland Park, got the bicycle, rode it back to Highland. It's a long ways from Highland Park to Pallister.
I rode it on my bike.
He walked there, then he took the bike and went, and Heige was just elated that his brother bought him a bike. That's the way it is. Somebody bought something for him, he bought something for somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, family-wise. Yeah.
And Bob remembers something about your wedding, too. There was a lot of soda pop.
He remembers
something.
That he was only maybe 8 or 9 years old. Heig was younger. They weren't in the wedding party. My uncle's children were in the wedding. We had a reception right after the wedding. We had cake and ice cream in the basement of the church. So Bob and I had so much ice cream. I've never had that much ice cream before. He always remembers that.
Now, before your marriage, did you become a citizen?
I became a citizen a month before my marriage. It happened that all of a sudden I had applied, I had gone through everything, but my paper had not come in.
Naturalization papers is what they call it.
Yes. I'm waiting and waiting, didn't come. I said, all right. I took the telephone and I called them. I said, so Mr. Whoever it was, I said, I'm getting married in a month and my citizenship papers has not come through yet. She said, okay, don't worry. 2 days later, I got notification that my papers were on the way. If that paper had not come in, I don't know if I'd get married because I was going to go and live in Canada. They don't know that, but I was for a while until Steve was able to come across. So that's what we did. Then I went, and I don't remember my witnesses. I should, though. I think maybe one was Kersum and one was...
That could be.
I think it was Kersum.